Cassava farming secrets, step-by-step guide. Step number 3, optimal land preparation and planting. These are sustainable techniques that increase yields by 70% while cutting costs by 50%. Understanding cassava soil and spacing requirements. Cassava often characterized as thriving on poor soils where other crops fail, which is both true and misleading. Cassava tolerates infertile, acidic soils better than most crops, but it responds dramatically to good soil preparation and fertility, producing 2 to 3 times more on well-prepared fertile soil than on neglected poor soil. The ideal cassava soil is deep, that is 18 plus centimeters, allowing full root development. Well drained, cassava cannot tolerate waterlogging, which causes root rot and crop failure. Loose and friable soil, allowing unrestricted root expansion. Compacted soil limits root size and yield dramatically. pH between 5.5 to 7.0, though cassava tolerates pH as low as 4.5, and moderate fertility with adequate potassium, which is critical for root bulking. Most tropical soils where cassava grows are far from this ideal, suffering from acidity, low fertility, and often compaction. But proper land preparation and gradual soil building creates progressive improvements, compounding over seasons. Plant spacing and population density profoundly affects yields and economics. Too wide spacing wastes land and reduces yields per hectare, though individual plants may produce larger roots, while too narrow spacing creates competition, reducing individual plant productivity and root size. Optimal spacing balances maximum land use efficiency with adequate spacing for root development. Research across many environments consistently show that 1 by 1 meter spacing, that is 10,000 plants per hectare, provide excellent results, combining high yields with good root sizes and reasonable planting material costs. Variations include 1 meter by 0.8 meter, that is 12,500 plants per hectare. For higher fertility soils or varieties producing smaller roots, or 1 meter by 1.2 meters, that is going to be 8,300 plants per hectare. For lower fertility soils or a very large rooted variety. Therefore, avoid traditional wide spacing of 1.5 by 1.5 meters or wider, which is common in subsistence systems, but wastes land and reducing yields by 30 to 50% compared to optimal spacing. Let's look at implementing effective land preparation. Land preparation for cassava balances creating deep root soil with practical labor and cost constraints. Ideal preparation includes clearing previous vegetation through slashing, burning where permitted, or use of herbicides. Deep plowing or spading to between 30 to 40 centimeter depth, breaking compaction and incorporating organic matter. This deep tillage is critical for cassava, unlike shallow-rooted crops, allowing between 2 to 4 weeks for soil settling and weed germination before planting, then forming ridges or mounds for planting. Ridges between 20 to 30 centimeter high and 80 to 100 centimeter wide Provide excellent drainage. Create loose, friable soil for root development and facilitate harvests, though they require substantial labor, between 40 to 60 passion days per hectare for normal ridging, or between 8 to 12 hours with animal or tractor plower. Flat planting is simpler, requiring only deep plowing, but provides poorer drainage and more difficult harvesting. In high rainfall areas or poorly drained soils, ridging is essential. In well-drained soils with moderate rainfall, flat planting is acceptable, reducing labor costs. The timing of land preparation affects weed pressure and establishment success. Prepare land 2 to 4 weeks before planting, allowing time for weed seeds to germinate, creating stale seed beds. Then plant immediately after shallow cultivation or herbicide application, killing germinated weeds. This eliminates between 40 to 60% of weed pressure for the feed for the seed bank before cassava even emerges. Incorporate any available organic material, crop residues, manure, compost during land preparation at the rate of 3 to 4 tons per hectare if available, providing nutrients and improving soil structure. Though many smallholders lack access to organic amendments, in cleared forests or grassland soils with good natural fertility, land preparation can be minimal, but in degraded soils from continuous cultivation, proper preparation, and organic matter addition become increasingly critical. Planting density implementation. Mark planting positions at 1 meter by 1 meter spacing using measured poles, string lines, or simple templates, ensuring uniform regular spacing, creating 10,000 planting positions per hectare. Plant 1 stem cutting per position using proper orientation, horizontal or inclined, as discussed in another video. Ensuring adequate depth, 5 to 6, between 5 to 10 centimeters soil cover. Farming soil around cuttings surrounding good stem soil, soil contact, and completing planting quickly within 1 to 3 days of stem cutting while material is fresh. Time planting for early rainy season or irrigation availability, ensuring adequate moisture for the first 6 to 8 weeks during critical establishment period. Cassava can survive drought once established, but establishment failure from planting into dry conditions creates permanent yield loss. Cassava farming secrets, step-by-step guide, step number 4. Click the link in the description below to watch this inspiring tutorial. Thank you.